What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Reklez Suspension Works YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about our custom built upper control arm for the 2007 to 2018 Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierras. Works both on two-wheel drive and 4x4, and this is particular for the lifted truck. We get a lot of questions about our custom arms, so we're hoping that today we'll be able to answer those questions. And for those, real quickly before I forget, we are going to have the Q&A section that I mentioned in the previous video towards the end of the video. So y'all stay tuned and watch that. Make sure you like and subscribe as well. And those that already hit the like before the video started, you guys are the MVP. Thank you.
Back today, we're going to be talking about the stamped steel control arms, upper control arms, and the ball joint issue that is very common with the Chevy 1500s and the GMC Sierra 1500s. So as you can see, this ball joint is supposed to be sitting here, which it was, but I'm not sure if the customer went over a bump or whatnot that caused the ball joint to actually pop out. But thank goodness for the nut on the spindle. It actually prevented from it completely coming out of the spindle, having the wheel fall off, creating a big mess. None of that happened, and again, thank God for that. But we do have a great solution for that. We offer our custom upper control arms. They do come in steel, and I'll give you more of the benefits of that. On a flat plate steel with a bolt-on ball joint. Again, I will talk about that more as the video goes on, but this is the current step where we're at. We're just beginning stages here. Nothing has been disassembled on this side. Nothing did happen to the driver's side. It was only a problem with the passenger side. But while we're here, we're going to go ahead and fix both sides. Let me show you what you need to do on the driver's side. The control arm is 100% bolt-on. So basically, you are going to be removing if you had the factory strut, which will be here, you remove that there. Since this vehicle is lifted, we went ahead and took out the factory strut with the top spacer. That's part of the lift there. And of course, we took off the upper control arm. The upper control arm does control your alignment. You can see these little pins here. This is part of the alignment process, how it moves up and down. So when you replace this upper arm, you will need a professional alignment. As mentioned earlier, I was going to go a little bit more detail on the control arms, and here they are, the stars of today's video. And the control arms, these are our custom built arms that we offer to fix the problem, not only with the ball joint issue. So it does fix the ball joint issue. As you can see, these has little holes. So this is going to be a bolt-on ball joint, but it also fixes the angle. A lot of customers have issues with the upper control arm because of the wide wheels. When you run a very wide wheel, it's very hard to get a good alignment with the factory control arm. So it's a little bit more benefits than just replacing it, making it look cool and all that other good stuff. It actually serves as a purpose to fix future issues. One of the key benefits of this control arm is that it's fully buildable. So as you can see, there's bushings, sleeves, grease fittings, and I have mentioned about the bolts-on ball joint. So what that means is basically, if you need to replace one bushing, you just have to replace this bushing. That's it, you're done. If you need to replace the ball joint, you just replace the ball joint and you're done. You don't have to replace the entire control arm. That's one thing about the factory control arm that you have to do. If you need to replace the bushings in the back, you need to replace the entire arm. If your ball joint messes up like it did in this particular case, you have to replace the entire arm. So we wanted to have a good solution, great solution, and that had a lot of benefits for you guys. So this is what we came up with. We have sold a ton of these on our website and they work really well. Now, the material, we use 1/2-inch steel, and we also use DOM bar ends, so that's seamless tubing. And I already talked a little bit about, let me move this over, has the grease fittings, so it's serviceable on that particular area there. Has little grease fittings there. You can put them there as well. And you also get stainless steel pieces. So you get two pieces. You have the top one, which is this one, and then the bottom one, which looks really nice. And of course, we'll be showing you that later on the video. It also comes with grade 8 hardware for the ball joint, and it comes with stainless steel bolts and nuts for these stainless pieces with a couple of clamps for your brake line. Excuse me, I got away from me. So you have that as well. So this is the product that we're going to be installing. Let's go ahead and continue with the installation. Okay, with the help of TV Magic, we went ahead and had this upper control arm installed. As you can see, the stainless steel brush pieces look really nice, and it has the stainless steel bolts. Again, the ball joint is bolt-on, and it's serviceable with grease fittings in the back to make sure that it's a squeak-free, long-lasting bushing, control arm, what have you. So this is 100% bolt-on. We didn't have to do any cutting or grinding to make this work. The only key piece is the ball joint. as these trucks, they have different type of control arms. They have cast steel, aluminum, and this one has stamped steel. So we just need to verify which ones you have to get you the correct control arm. And you can simply just go to www.reklez.com and you can be able to see the difference there. I will show you the difference on the video as well, so you guys can be up to date or informed with that information. With that being said, again, this is simply bolt-on. So we first had to remove the control arm, then we took off the strut. When it came to putting everything back on, we actually put the control arm first, and then we put in our strut. So now it's ready to come off the lift, ready to get in alignment and have this turned into our customer.
Okay, so I want to go real quickly between the differences of cast steel arm and stamped steel arm. If you have a 2007 to 2013 truck, almost guaranteed you're going to have the cast steel arms, which are these guys. For the 2014, GM just went all sorts of crazy. They added the stamped steel arms. Some have stamped steel, some have cast steel, and some have even aluminum, and that's for the 2014 and up trucks. I don't have an aluminum arm. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it has been discontinued, and they will send you the stamped steel if you're trying to buy from the dealer or whatnot. The good news is that the ball joint for the stamped steel and the aluminum are exactly the same, so that does not make a difference. You just need to know if you have the cast steel and the stamped steel. Again, that's more for the 2014 and newer trucks. 07 to 13, almost 100% sure that you're gonna have the cast steel arms. But to go over some of the differences, cast steel is more of a solid piece. So if you hear it, it's more solid than the stamped steel is a little bit hollow. Hear that? And you can tell, you know, that it's hollow in the inside there. Also in this area, you know, there's all this opening here for the ball joint compared to this being more sealed and whatnot. So that's some of the differences from the stamped steel arm. Give you a little bit more of a close-up. Differences there compared to the cast steel. So that's all you really need to know in order to get the correct control arm built and shipped out to you.
All right, guys, so this is the end result of the upper control arm installation. Hopefully this information was helpful for you guys. If it was, hit the like button and also hit the subscribe button if you're not currently subscribed to our channel. If you guys have any questions, give us a call at area code 832-770-4366. Once again, that's area code 832-770-4366. Want to do a little quick view of it installed already out here in the light. Stainless steel pieces look really nice. Ball joint looks really good. As you can tell, it's nice and straight. So there's no stress on there. It's not bent or angled incorrectly. Everything is working the way it's supposed to. So if you guys need to buy the control arms, y'all can buy those directly at www.reklez.com. Once again, that's www.reklez.com.
Without further ado, let's go ahead and answer your guys' questions. The first question is from Big John Drags. He asked, any updates on the body drop single cabs? So for you guys that don't know, we have a video, a part 1 and a part 2, where we're building 2 trucks. It's a single cab, they're both single cabs, a red and a black one, and we're doing a body drop, full frame for everything. If you have not checked out those videos, check them out. But to answer your question, any updates? Yes, the update would be that we are still building those trucks. So hopefully we are gonna have a part 3 and a part 4, show you guys the whole build. You know, we were doing some really nice videos on those and we're really excited to have those completed. We've been working on those trucks for quite some time, to be honest, and we'll hopefully want to have those wrapped up here soon and have them turned into our great customers. Next question is from Dead Stock J. Do y'all do anything besides suspension work, like maybe sunroof installs, motor installs? I think that would help expand your channel. I'll agree. We did other things that would help expand our channel, but we are a suspension shop. That's what we specialize in. That's what we love to do. And that's what we're going to be showcasing for you guys. So to answer your question in short, no, we don't do motor work or sunroofs or anything like that. We do have, I can tell you this, we do have a couple of builds that one is a personal project that I want to do that is going to be into a video. Basically the video, what it's going to be is how Reklez Suspension Works got started. What was the motivation behind building this company, if you will. So yeah, to answer your question, no, we don't do any of those things, but we do have these other nice projects that are going to kind of involve, you know, doing some motor work, doing some things like that we don't do here, that we are going to take to other shops, and hopefully that would kind of get more people involved in those builds as well. So we're hoping that would help expand the channel. I am aware, and I will tell you this, I'm aware that this channel might not reach, you know, 100,000 followers and all that stuff. And that's cool. We really just want to focus mostly on showcasing what we do, what our products do, and in the process, inform you guys, answer some questions, you know, just make it a little bit more entertaining, if you will. But it's not, this is not a vlog channel. It's not, you know, entertainment. This is more for borderline education, but it's mostly information of what we do, what our products are, what our services are, and what can you expect from us if you come to our shop. So that's basically what we try to do with this channel. We might do something in the future, maybe a little bit of vlogging, or include a little bit of vlogging with the build videos and stuff like that. But again, like I mentioned in the other video, I don't know where this channel is going to go this year. We're just trying to see how it goes. So hopefully I did answer your question and a little bit more, but just trying to give you the whole heads up with that. Okay, so next question. It's from Top Water Tony. Why was the back end raised up 1 inch? Why not stick with the 6-inch drop? So this question is in reference to the previous video, the 3.5 on the OBS. The simple answer is the customer wanted it a 5-inch drop in the back, so we provided the 5-inch drop for him. We get a lot of these questions, why this wasn't done, or why was it done this way? Guys, keep in mind that we are hired by the customer. They tell us, hey, do this, do that. That's exactly what we do. I know it's real simple, and I'm not saying that, you know, Top Water Tony, you mean it in a bad way or anything like that. But, you know, some people do. They kind of, well, why not do it like this, or that was dumb, or put bags instead of dropping it that low, or whatever the case might be. Keep in mind, we are just a service provider. Where it's not our truck, it's not our build. And even if it was, at the end of the day, what it's going to boil down to is the owner's option, the owner's opinion, the owner's choice, whatever you want to call it. You know, they're the guys that are paying the bill, and they're the ones that are going to tell us what to do. Okay, moving on to the next question. The next question is from Sonia C. And she says, hello, I want to purchase the 4.7 kit. I have a 2017 Silverado single cab, 2-wheel drive. My question is, will I be okay running 26x9 and 26x12? Thanks. Just real quick, guys, I keep looking down because obviously it's in a paper, and I'm just trying to read it. So I know it bothers some people sometimes, so I understand. Just want to let you know. To answer your question, Sonia, the answer to your question, is both yes and no. The reason why it's a yes and no is because it depends on the rear wheels. The rear wheels being 26x12s depends a lot on the backspace. The 26x12 wheel normally has 2 different types of backspace. It has a max lip and it has a reverse lip. The max lip will allow you to still narrow the rear end, keep the leaf springs, and you'll be able to do the 4.7 drop fine, no problems. You know, pretty straightforward installation, if you will. If you have the 26x12 reverse lip, that's a completely different story. At that point, you have to remove the leaf springs, put on coilovers, or relocate the leaf springs. You know, it's just a whole different ballgame. So that's why it's a yes and no answer to your question. The 4.7 drop will be fine if you're able to use the leaf springs. All you have to make sure is that you run for the 26x9. It will be a 255/30 26 tire. Again, that's a 255/30 26 tire. And for the rear, I would recommend a 305/30 26 tire. So again, you just have to know the backspace. Me personally, I always like to measure. I want to have the truck here and the wheels, mount the wheels on the truck and measure everything, because we are going to have to narrow the rear end. Either you have max lip or reverse lip, like I just mentioned. So we just need to measure to make sure if it's going to work or not. So I would highly recommend you to measure first before you purchase anything. You have to make sure that this is going to work, because if you go to the reverse lip, again, it changes everything. You're not able to do the 4.7 drop with just regular drop parts. You have to go to coilovers. You know, that might be outside of your budget, or, you know, just to plan for it. Plan for your build is basically what I'm saying. So hopefully that answers your question. Now, with that being said, the next question is not really a question, more like a statement or comment, if you will, but we had so many that I wanted to go ahead and address it. A lot of people said that yes, you do want the control arm versus spindle and spring video, and we got you guys. We'll make sure to take care of that for you. Now, I will tell you this, that's going to be pretty difficult for me to be able to video 2 trucks, because it's very unlikely that I would have 1 truck with control arms and 1 truck with spindles and springs and be the same year and the same everything. So more likely what I'll probably do is just have the products, showcase them in the video, and do more of an informative video like here, like we're doing right now, and just answer the pros and cons. So hopefully that makes sense. Well, guys, I want to thank you. Thank you for providing us with the questions, a little bit of content for this video. If that's something that you guys like, just take care of us, man. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications, because we have more videos coming up this year. So, we really appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time. If you have questions that you would like answered on the next video and so forth, like I mentioned before, comment down below what other questions you have. We're going to choose a couple of them and go from there. So as always, guys, thank you for watching. God bless.